It is not that Alfre Woodard is as beautiful and good as she is, but she's a secret, like an undiscovered personality that we in Hollywood just steer clear of. I think our fragile mythology just can't handle some few essences. I'm watching her in The Burrows, a Netflix thing, and she reminds me that though she has been so interesting for so long, it is as if her particular numinousness can only come in small doses. This might be just an accident of beauty, but mostly actors' faces reflect what is within. In this, she is a genius. The show is great for her because it's as if a door has been opened and she's gone through with great enthusiasm into a range she hasn't been allowed before. The show is very good, well done, a bit hokey, but that's fun. It is similar to me, similar but not the same as Michael Jackson or Tom Hardy, men, so they get a run. Oh yes, as various as you can get, for sure, but on the surface, a more consistent run, but our myth wants to guard against them, tries to destroy them innocently. Our arts are curious. The camera is a hunting thing. I watched an old fave the other night, Fallen, 1998, with Denzel Washington and John Goodman, and they are sublime in a thing sublimely written. It came and went, any of the many pieces with these brilliant players entering their primes and smiling there like they always belonged. Gregory Hoblet directed. Lovely curiosity about the human searched by this great crew, not with the massive and quite destructive cliches of the blockbusters. I guess while the world turns more and more to homicidal, this particular art, this cinema, Fallen, etc., becomes more and more powerful. Tangentially, Novara Media is covering new British legislation banning smartphones for children 16 and under. I'm always uneasy with this crusade. I think it is essentially fascistic, which our culture is essentially. I think it is evident in our culture's obsession with freedom that we do obsess about what we do not possess. We've envisioned a human controlled by God, parents, schools, bosses, laws, and police, until we are suddenly adults, so unprepared. We are trained to find the experts in the town hall, and they're not there. And this manufactured hierarchy has left us with ghouls in charge. It is not Netanyahu's nor Trump's fault, nor Putin nor Starmer. They are egoists making their way through our weird forest of values. We do value egoists. It is the prime characteristic of capitalism. It is us that imagine egoists are useful. David Axelrod's small businessman or small man in business, small being the operative word, while out there among us, lying in our DNA, is the great wealth of human wisdoms and intuitions, critically pagan because they are there before indoctrination, before scripture. I remember somehow I learned to read before I went to school. You'd think, marvelous, what an advantage. It was and not. It led me into argument with teachers about what the book was about. Our ideas always clashed, and sometimes I won. This C.S. Lewis lesson had no purchase on me. I was reading clean, and so it went. Then the iconoclastic reveal, art is not a moral instruction. Academics cannot hitch a ride. Moral instruction is not what makes Dostoevsky great, and I thank the gods for it and his gifts unsullied. Another way round, C.S. Lewis and Dostoevsky must assume a Christian reader to be moral. The idea of a moral and wasteful Liam Neeson Aslan, never angry, never horny, the celibate fantasy straight out of Paul, never got a hold on me because I had not been prepped. Listening to Bad Faith, the conversation goes, we need America and the West to push back when other countries do bad things, end quote. Those days are really gone if they were ever here. Do open borders threaten American wages as much as American pay inequality? And given that the fat West will have to operate on a quarter of our current personal energy consumption to check climate catastrophe, perhaps a salary cap would be a good idea. It is the 1% that raise our rents. A couple of years ago, my circle was all abuzz about identity politics. I was slow and said, when it affects me in the way they stated it affected them, I'd let them know. What I didn't see coming was that the minority identity awakening shook the great white Euro-American male Leviathan dozing in its supremacist stupor. They know in their bones what they've done to the rest of the world. Their culture, mine, is just denial. I think this is exploding in Gaza. The bleat, does Israel have a right to exist, is really asking, does white America? Zionism has no more moral basis than the Ku Klux Klan, and I suspect Zionists know this. We own this land because God gave it to us. Jeremy Corbyn made a point, probably not original, that there were enough resources in the UK to allow every person there to live a good and dignified life. UK culture, like America and perhaps China, I've never been, would find this anathema. Life is about proving my superiority to you, and that being reflected in my salary. Ourselves are in our salaries.